Hello, it's Scipio here. I'm recording this just to update the video I made a few years ago about how to inject Radical Red into a 3DS, 2DS virtual console using new Super Ultimate Injector. I rewatched that video and I really don't like it anymore. And beyond my English improving since the time I made the original video, I just don't like how I talk, the way I talk. So I'm redoing it. And also because in that video the version of the game was still like 3.1 or 3.0, I don't remember anymore. So just a quick update. Okay, so if you're having problems with the process or just want to know how to get Radical Red, or by that matter any Game Boy Advance game running through a modded 2DS or 3DS, and the process is the same for all of them. I'm just gonna explain how to do it with Radical Red. Okay, the first thing you're gonna do, if you don't know how to get the tool, the new Super Ultimate Injector, you can Google this, or if you are on the Radical Red Discord, you have it here on the emulation patching help channel in pins. You can scroll and this message of mine has the tool. You click in here and it will lead you to this page of Internet Archive, and you can download it. It's a free tool and no problem with that. It will lead you here. Well, you actually won't see this. One second. In a zip file, you will have to use a utility like WinRAR to decompress it. And my recommendation is to keep it all in one folder. And after that, you click in here. This is the executable. Once it opens, one second, here it opens, you will see this. It may be the case that the program is in Spanish for you, since the creator speaks Spanish. If that would be the case and you don't know how to navigate through the tool in Spanish, you just have to go to Tools, Options, where it is, Language, and you select English. Okay, it would be herramientas, opciones, and it would be language, but it's tools option. Okay. Now, starting with this, after you have the utility, you are halfway done. You will now click on Game Boy Advance Thea, and here you have where you can create the Thea installable to use on your modded 3DS. In the case of Radical Red, you would need to have already patch Squirrel's Fire Red ROM with the UPS patch. If you don't know how to do it on the very same Radical Red Discord server, if you do this patch or yeah, patch, it will give you instructions how to do it. The other thing you need for this is obviously a modded 3DS. I'm not gonna go about how you mod a 3DS. There are a lot of tutorials on YouTube and it's really easy to do. Once you have the modded 3DS and the patch Radical Red GBA ROM, you can continue. Okay. Now you will click where I clicked before, here on load ROM, and you will go where in your computer you will search for where you store the patch ROM of Radical Red, GBA ROM. This basically works with any GBA game, by the way. And you load it, you wait, and here it's telling you if you want to check on their database if they have images. You can say yes, no. I usually say no. Okay. This is important. Well, whenever it loads. Okay, now it loaded. RetroArch, I don't use it because I have an old 2DS. I say old, but it's just a regular 2DS. It just to make a contrast between it and the new models. RetroArch MGBA especially only works in new models, and I'm pretty sure you have to have installed MGBA before. Maybe I'm brought about that. In any case, I always recommend using GBA Virtual Console because it's basically not simulation, it's real hardware. Because what the 3DS does is uses the DS hardware that has inside it to play GBA games. It doesn't emulate it. The only thing it does emulate, it emulates, if I'm not mistaken, it's been a while since the last time I read about this. It emulates a chip or something like that that it doesn't have, but it doesn't emulate the game. The game is running like it would run on a real hardware, and that's how I test the games. Because I test the betas of Regarret. I tested using this. Okay. Once you are here, you have this part. This is to change how you are gonna see it on FBI, a modded tool for 3DS that you will have once you have modded it. You can put whatever you want, just name it something that you will remember, like program Radical Red, and the surname is the same, program Radical Red, whatever you want. It can be different. There's no here, whatever you want, Supercell, it doesn't really matter. About this part, this is how it's gonna look on your 3DS. You can select this 3D frame with color, which is what I usually like. And here is just an image that you can load. About the image, you do it from here. Um, you do it from here. For example, I have like this a screenshot of Dark Souls 2 gameplay. I can load it. If I remember correctly, if you load the image in this option, it will load it both on this one, the game icon, the small one you will see, and also on the big one. This goes on the top screen, and this goes on the menu itself, and this is what appears when you scroll. Yeah, I can say scroll, I guess, over the icon on the menu on your top screen. You can select whatever image you want, it doesn't really matter. For the name is the same, you can put whatever name you want. Camera right or red, and release date, you can put release like 2020 if I'm not mistaken. If you want to do it onto two lines, it's like this. Well, they change it. Well, yes, two lines. Usually, before you had to do something like that with a line, but maybe I'm getting confused with our Wii utility. Doesn't matter. You can put whatever you want. Now, an important thing: don't touch anything here. You don't need to, and you can mess up something. Okay, inject your method. I already talked about it. This is important. Use Sanyo plus RTC. With Macronis, some updates ago, I was experiencing loose saves. Like sometimes it didn't correctly save and I would lose progress. With Sanjo, it has never happened to me. And RTC, what it means is that it will use the real-time clock. That means that time events will happen as normal. If you don't use this, you can still play because you have a utility inside the game that lets you change the time. But if you are losing part of the experience, this will make it so if you play at like 2 a.m., it will be night. If you play at 12 a.m., it will be morning. That's what RTC is for. Okay, and ingestion method options. Since this is real hardware, you cannot change really the because for an SNES, if you use like an emulator, which it lets you use SNES GX, um, You can change the resolution for GBA since we are using Virtual Console and it's real hardware. You can't. But what I recommend you do is apply a split patch. If you don't know what this is, um, 3DS games, these BT games, when you close the console or on a 2DS, you click the button that says sleep mode. It doesn't really go into a sleep mode because it's not a 3DS game. It just shuts down the screen, but the console is still running. So you will not benefit without this from the sleep mechanic, I guess. The sleep utility of the 2DS, 3DS if you use it to save battery. If not, you can just don't apply it. If you want, you have it here. And that will be all. And after you do this, you basically click sports here. And what you do with this is you save it, you put it whenever in whatever place you prefer on your computer, and this TIA once it's generated, you will move it into your 3DS. It does this sound, this like ring sound every time it finishes with an injection. You will take this TIA file and put it on your 3DS SD card, and once you have it modded, you will have an FBI, the FBI utility, and in your SD card it will be there will be, sorry, um, a CIA folder. uh, and then what you are gonna do, you are gonna take the SD card out of your computer, put it back again into your 3DS with this CIA file inside the CIA folder, and you are gonna install it using FBI. And with that, you will be able to play the Radical Red without any issue using 3DS Virtual Console, or for that matter, any GBA game that you may have, obviously obtained legally, in your 3DS. And that would be all. Thank you very much for your time.